Good morning, everyone. Top of the morning to you. All right, so you know the drill. Recap of last week, what's going on in the league. Not much because no one ever looks at trades or accepts trades or offers that many trades in this league. Most action is sadly done during the waiver wire, and there were actually 10 pickups this week. So I'll go over those pretty quickly. I'll go over how bad I was last week again with picks. I went 2-3. And two of those losses came down to Monday Night Football, which was a barn burner. Superman, Lamar Jackson put up 460 something total yards with I don't know, just crazy. So, but yeah, week 6, everybody. Week 5 in the books, all done. Just preluding, John Page got another, I wouldn't even say a lucky win because he put up a lot of points and went up against a good amount of points, but, finds himself at 4-1, and welcome back to first place. Yeah, good job, Johnny. But, recap from last week. Okay, again, I went 2-3, so again, I think that puts me I was 10-5. I haven't been writing this shit down every week. Where's my pen? Here we go. Great start, everybody. Off and running, not knowing where the hell my stuff even is. Yep, typical morning for me. Okay, so if I was 10-5 and I went 2-3 in both weeks, that puts me at 14-11. Okay, let me write that down. Jesus. There we go. Something I should have wrote down yesterday while at the office. Looking at the matchups, let's go into Brian and Jay first. Jay got the win, 159-143, won by 16. I had him losing by 12, so that's a 28-point swing on my side that I got wrong. 32 points from Jonathan Taylor and 27 from Robert Woods. Deebo Samuel continues to just put up numbers, 16, even though that's sadly less than his projection. But again, really looks like Jay started his best roster possible, which is always a good thing. Bill's defense started him against Kansas City in Kansas City, which is, hindsight 2020, that was a great play. Projected for 4.5, they ended up getting you 15. Again, if you had won by less than 10 points, I'd say that was, the make or break pick for you. But top to bottom, your team played well. Your kicker got 8, that's your least amount of points. Your tight end, who wasn't a stud tight end anyway, got you 9.5. So just overall great team play there. Brian, I'd say your defense and your RB2, which is Chase Edmonds, kind of let you down. Pat's defense only got 4, projected for 8 against Houston. Edmonds only got 4.5, projected for 15. But DK Metcalf and Derrick Henry continue to just go complete beast mode. DK had 27 almost, and Derrick Henry got 31. And they had said that Derrick Henry's average rushing game against Jacksonville in the past 3 years was 170 something yards rushing and 1.7 touchdowns per game and some crazy stupid stats like that. And he only ran for 127, but also got 2 touchdowns. So I wouldn't say that was a bad game at all, but it was almost less than lowered his rushing average against the team, which is just stupid. Antonio Brown could have won you overall matchup if you had played him possibly, but the make or break decision for you was playoff Lenny being on your bench, Leonard Fournette. You also had Darrell Henderson on the bench with 17, but if you had replaced him with Chase Edmonds, and you would not have won. You would have lost by 1.5 points, which would have been sad for you. But Brian, you'll try to get back to your winning ways this week. Again, I have not even looked at the matchups, so not even sure who I'm going to take this week. Again, this is completely winging it. Again, not the high score of the week, but John, I already mentioned 4-1, dropped Joe down to 1-4. Considering I like Joe's team when he's healthy more than John's, I think. Although John, you had a nice pickup. Cordell Patterson, I don't care what you spent on him, but he just continues to put up numbers. Mike Davis was one of my sleepers at the beginning of the year. hasn't done a damn thing. So Cordell Patterson is the playmaker, like with or without Calvin Ridley on that team right now. So good job picking him up. You know, he seems to be a great play every week, basically. So, you know, you got great value there again for whatever you spent on him. You know, you had a tough start Thursday night because you lost Russell Wilson for what looks like a few weeks. Only got you 9 points. That really set you back. But again, I mean, 41.7 points from Mark Andrews. Again, that Monday night game was just like outrageous for people that needed points. They got points. Anyone that you had that was, you know, fantasy relevant basically got a colossal butt ton of points. So 41.7, I think I wrote down that you needed him to outscore Michael Pittman. Yes, you needed him to outscore Michael Pittman by 3 going into Monday night. You ended up outscoring him by 21. It was 41.7 to 20.9. So again, that's a 20.8 difference. I wrote down 21. Sorry, I'm rounding up, people. Yeah, I didn't drink water or coffee yet this morning. Okay. Outside of that, let's see, who do you have? Nick Chubb, 24 points. Patterson, again, 18.5. CeeDee Lamb, almost 19. Austin Eckler, 33 points. That's all you need there. You got a 42-point performance almost, and a 33, and then a 24 and 2 18. It's like, you're going to win. You should win at least. In Joe, again, you had some, top-heavy talent there as well. Tom Brady, almost 46 points. He's the #1 player in fantasy this year. Who knew at the age of, however freaking grandfather age he is, 44, 45 or something this year. I don't know. Alexander Madison, you got him as the handcuff for Dalvin Cook, which is great because he got you 26 points. Unfortunately, in a loss for you because he's never going to put up 26 points in another game this week. Again, you got the other handcuff, Chuba Hubbard, even though you don't have CMC. Hubbard, again, played well, 18.4 points. Deontay Johnson, 15. Pittman got you 21. Your other Waller kind of let you down, only 8.5. But, even if he had scored 20, you still wouldn't have won. So Joe dropped down to 1-4. Really hurts his playoff chances, but he'll try to right the ship this week. So second place in high score for the week, Jess Butler thought she had a chance for high score, not necessarily going into Monday night because all she had was Baltimore's defense, but going into I think the Sunday night, I don't remember who played in the Sunday night game, but that was Kansas City and Buffalo. So. Singletary, I thought, between Singletary and Baltimore's defense, I thought you had a chance to get the high score. I think you were projected for 178 at one point, whereas Matt was only projected for 171. But Singletary only got you 3. Ravens defense only got you 2. You still end up winning by 47 points overall. That was the biggest No, it was not the biggest blowout of the week. Rafi put up 122 again, so that's only that was the third lowest in the week. But let's see, Justin Herbert, putting up huge numbers a few weeks in a row now, almost 49 points. That Cleveland game was also crazy for people that wanted or needed points. Again, that was a Sunday day game, but still a shit ton of points there. Zeke, 25 points. Looks questionable this week, but he should play again, so you'll be fine there. Mixon underperformed, but again, he was coming back from an injury. Godwin, 14. Jamar Chase, touchdown every single game, basically, 27.9. Kyle Pitts, huge game in London, 27 points. Again, your other people, Young Wei, cool. 11 points for your kicker, pretty good. Going up against Rafi. Rafi, I'd say your star player this week was actually your kicker, 16 points from Nick Folk. Who would have thought that you'd want to sit Terry McLaurin, Adam Thielen, and or DJ Moore and play Chase Claypool over? I mean, Chase Claypool is a pretty damn good receiver, especially the rest of the year without Juju Smith in Pittsburgh. But, again, even just playing Claypool over any of them, you still wouldn't have won. You got a whole bunch of close to 20s. You got 21 from your quarterback, Jalen Hurts. Najee Harris got you 22, 26 from Kareem Hunt. Good play there. But, negative 4 points from your defense. Never going to do enough for you. So 122 win a loss. Sorry there for you. That brings both teams to 2-3. High score of the week, Matt bumps him up, or actually keeps him in ninth place still, though. I think he's still in, I don't know if he's still in ninth, but it says on here from last week he's in ninth place. So I'm just going to say he's in ninth place. Apologize if I'm wrong. Again, I haven't looked at anything here. Haven't looked at the standings as of right now, except for I know I saw John at 4-1 in first place by himself. But high score of the week, 187.08. Again, Monday night, he had, was it just Lamar? Who else played? Was it Indy? You don't have anybody on Indy. No, so it was you just had Lamar Jackson going, and what did I write down here? Yeah, you were up 75 going into Monday night game, and you still had your quarterback to play. Stevens had, Marquise Brown and the kicker, Justin Tucker, which I feel bad in one of my other leagues. Kid needed Justin Tucker to get 4 points. He was down by like 3.7, needed Justin Tucker to get 4 points, so they kicked a field goal, I think, or not even a field goal. I think they got 3 extra points. No, I forget what it was. They kicked a field goal earlier in the game, but then since the Colts missed the PAT, it made sense for Baltimore to go for 2 the rest of the game, and they ended up tying it 25-25. They won it overtime, but guess what? When you score a touchdown in overtime, you don't need to kick the PAT. So he ended up losing by 0.3 of a point, and I just felt bad for him because he's like, oh, quick and early field goal, guaranteed win. Like, there's no way Tucker misses an extra point or doesn't kick a field goal by the end of the game. Nope, he lost. Feel bad for him. Stevens, Kenny Golladay got hurt, I believe, again, so he didn't get you any points. Cole Beasley, only 1.5 from your one of your other wide receiver positions. You got a whole bunch of hurt people. Hopefully they all come back, this week. I know Kittle's not back this week. Kittle will be back in like week 9 or 8, possibly. I forget if he's out 3 or 4 weeks, but you got 4 zeros on your bench because of people that either can't play yet or are out with injury. T. Higgins on your bench got you 10 points, so again, you could have gotten a little bit of more production there by playing him, but instead you got low score of the week at 101.06. I was second last. Okay, go over my matchup next. Matt, again, 48 points almost from Lamar Jackson, just huge. 37.6 points from Devontae Adams, huge. Almost 30 points, or 29.3 points from Mike Evans, huge. Guess what? 36.5 points on your bench from Mike Williams. You keep texting me saying, I don't know who to play this week. It's coin flip, just doing, stroking who do I want to play this week. But, between Devontae Adams, Stephon Diggs, Mike Evans, and Mike Williams, yeah, I mean, sucks to suck. Like, if you got four, again, Stephon Diggs I don't think is a top, like, even 15 fantasy wide receiver right now, but you're not gonna play him. So Mike Evans, is a make or break, a boom or bust player, but again, you're usually not gonna play him. Mike Williams, I believe, is wide receiver 1 right now, but he's not even a wide receiver 1 on his own team. Yes, again, fantasy is different than depth chart wise on your team. So he was on your bench. You could have gotten over 200 points had you played him. But again, you'd have to play him over Stephon Diggs, which I don't see you doing. So it's there. So, between Matt having 4 stud wide receivers, maybe he can trade one over to somebody, maybe try to boost up his tight end position. We'll see. Just throwing that out there for you, Matt. Stevens, Kyler Murray, bad week this. Wow, now I got the hiccups. Just under 14 points for Kyler. Didn't get it done, obviously. Samaje P. Ryan, who you thought was going to, as soon as Joe Mixon was listed as active, I thought Samaje P. Ryan would have been dropped from 99.9% of leagues, but you still played him, and he ended up getting 18 points, so, good decision there. But again, your star player was Marquise Brown, 33.5 points, but again, when his quarterback goes up against you and gets almost 48, then that's a bad trade-off there. Tony Gibson, 21 points, but again, no one else really did much of anything for you. So that's why you lost. Matchup of the week, kind of let the league down. I let myself down. Saquon Barkley let me down. So I lost to Mickey. which I ended up calling right. Mickey got 140.6. I only got 101.78, was second low for the week. Saquon again got hurt, and he's out for a couple weeks, or at least hopefully only 1 week possibly, with that massive ankle sprain. Thing looked like a freaking bubble. But he didn't even get 1 point from me. He got 0.9. My tight end only got 5. Brandon Cooks in my flex position only got 5.3. Whereas I had Cortland Sutton on my bench with 25. So it would have made the game a little bit more interesting. But again, it didn't matter what I did, I would have lost. Mickey almost started a near perfect lineup. It looks like Damian Harris on his bench had 9.8. If he had played him over Henry Ruggs, it would have gotten him up to about 142 points instead of 140.6. But, I could not take down Josh Allen getting almost 43 points, Alvin Kamara almost 30, DeAndre Hopkins 21. So, kudos to you. Your kicker got 10. Congratulations. You're at 2-3. Looking to get to 3-3 after this week. So, on my other screen here, offers report. Again, I'm already at minute 16, so I'll kind of speed things up and just do my picks for the week. Okay, let's see. I got a freaking icon here blocking some of the names here, but looks like I ended up picking up Darrell Williams because I think I had Elijah Mitchell on my team. Yes, so I got Darrell Williams for $15. Again, it looks like he's going to be the starter in Kansas City for the next 3 or 4 weeks, maybe longer. If he plays well, maybe they kind of kick Clyde Edwards-Helaire back on the depth chart because he hasn't done too much this year as a second-year player. Mickey picked up Devontae Booker. Again, I'm hoping he's only there for, the starter for 1 week, but looks like more like 2, maybe 3. He picked Devontae Booker up for 11. Let's see. I don't know who missed out on Darrell Williams. Somebody else bid $10 on Darrell Williams and didn't get him. I'm sorry. I bid 15. Stevens picked up Hunter Henry for $10. I'd say that's a bit outrageous there. You could have got him for 1 since nobody else offered for him, but, again, if you need a tight end, I wouldn't say, just bidding 1 makes sense, maybe not 10. But again, you can't take this money with you at the end of the day, or at the end of the season. So spend it how you want to spend it. Drop Jared Cook, who I think is probably going to have continuously better fantasy numbers than Hunter Henry, but that's okay. Dirty Landry, that must be Jay, right? Jay picked up Emmanuel Sanders for $8. $8 holla. I picked up Myles Gaskin for $7. I dropped OBJ because Jarvis Landry's going to come back and OBJ doesn't even get the freaking ball anyway. So why am I going to keep him? Once King Jarvis comes back, then Jarvis is going to get all the targets. OBJ is freaking useless on my bench this year. I think I started him 1 week, and that was just awful decision. So Myles Gaskin, someone dropped him. He's still listed as an RB1 on the team. Tua comes back, I think, this week, so that might help his production as well. Getting more check down passes because Tua ain't throwing deep balls. Neither is Jacoby Brissett in Miami, but still, who knows? John picked up Kadarius Toney, wide receiver for the Giants. Again, kind of a no-name player, but with who they have on offense at this point, like he's sadly one of their big names now. I don't know if Shepard or Darius Slayton is back on offense for them, but he's a younger player. I don't know if he's a rookie or not, but he's a speedy guy, so maybe he'll just get targets and catches, little dink and dunk runs. I don't know. Matt picked up Cowboys defense going up against the Pats this week. Dropped the Steelers defense. I shouldn't have said that out loud because I might look at getting them. Matt also picked up Taylor Heineke, not Mr. Meineke with the golden touch, but Taylor Heineke wearing gold or yellow on his uniform. Picked him up for $2. Jess picked up Jamal Williams for $1 holla. And John also picked up Teddy Bridgewater and dropped Trey Lance. Why are either one on your rosters? Okay. Let's see. Matchups this week. Let me go into, why am I still on this page? Week 5, I want week 6. Let's go. Okay, first matchup, yours truly versus Joe. Big week for both of us, more so because I just want to stay, in the top, kind of 5 in the league. So I want to get myself to 4-2 and kind of get myself, more than one game, or I don't even want to fall to 500. And Joe, sure as shit, doesn't want to go to 1-5. So he's going to do all he can. He's going to send some messages out to his, Dalvin Cook and Julio and say, hey, stay healthy this week, people. But let's see. You got Tom Brady playing tonight. Dude's got like 500 touchdowns already, and it's after week 5. But, I'm hoping, yes, selfishly hoping that he doesn't do anything this week, but I'm sure as shit he's going to, averaging 31 points a game this year. Again, I'm starting Stafford over Dak Prescott. I might look at doing a last-minute change myself, but I don't think I possibly will. Again, just really contradicted myself there. So, really, driving the fence here. I'm going to go with myself just because, again, you got some questionable players, and, Dalvin should be fully healthy this week, but he might not be. He might still split some time with Madison just until, he gets up and running, and Carolina's defense is pretty damn good this year. So, just go with myself. I'll pick me. I think this will possibly be a close game, so I'm going to keep it close and say me by 4. I forget what the projection was. Projection was by 3.7. Okay, so I said that goes in line with ESPN. I don't like agreeing with ESPN, but that's it. Okay, let's see. Jay versus Jess. Jess has 2 managers on her team because she could not figure out her damn email at the beginning of the season. So she's got Jess Butler, Jess Butler. So 2 Jesses equal 1. More Jess the merrier. That was bad. Sorry, Jess and everyone else. Jess, sorry, I just don't really like your team. You got 2 people that are on bye weeks. They're both on the same team, Atlanta. So you need a new tight end and you need a new kicker, which would require you got 1 free open bench spot, and you would also possibly drop the person that you just picked up of Jamal Williams. But we'll see what you do there, or you can drop Younghoe Koo and pick up a new kicker. Yeah, sorry, Jess. I just I like your quarterback because he's having a huge year. Zeke, I don't know if he's fully healthy as well this week, and Joe Mixon again, I don't know if he's fully healthy. So I just don't like your team. Not that I love Jay's either, but I like Jay's a whole lot more than yours. So I'm going Jay by. Yeah, I'll keep it a decent amount by 15. Jay by 15, even if or after Jess, the 2 Jesses update their roster. Okay, speeding up here. Raffy versus Stevens. Holy shit, Stevens. Why is your projection only 95 points? Kenny Golladay out. Samaje Perine out. Questionable quarterback. Kyler Murray's definitely going to play. Questionable running back. Okay. And your bench is all still banged up. CMC, if he plays, that's huge. 25-point projection. T. Higgins should be playing 13.5. So you got some points there waiting for you to put in your raw starting lineup. But, yeah, again, I think I'd like Raffy's team since they're more healthy than yours at the moment. And he's also got some options there, but it looks like he's got his roster set. Najee Harris, the rookie, getting projected for 22 points, 22.5 against Seattle. I wasn't a huge Najee Harris fan at the beginning of the season, but he's been turning it on lately and seems to be certainly proving a point for Rookie of the Year there. Since all the quarterbacks are just throwing interceptions every week, I don't think it's going to be a quarterback that gets Rookie of the Year. It'll probably be Najee Harris or Jamar Chase at this point. We'll see. Devontae Smith is, in the running as well. I'll stop talking about useless shit. Raffy, as of right now, you're projected to win by 47, but Stevens needs to do some roster updating, so I'm still going to go with Raffy, and I'll say it'll be a little bit closer, but I'm still going to say a big win. I'm going to go Raffy by 16. Raffy by 16. Mickey versus Matt. And yes, I was correct. Matt is still in 9th place, even after getting highest score for the week. Mickey beat me, and now he's up to 7th. So he is right now the bubble boy for the playoffs. But again, we are about 11 or 12 weeks away from the playoffs. So I know 10. We're going into week 6. Whatever. We're 9 weeks, something like that, away from the playoffs. Now that we have 18 weeks in the season. So Matt's projected to win right now, and there's not too much that Mickey has to change on his roster, honestly. Because Kamara's on a bye week, Ridley's on a bye week. So, Matt, good timing. Good timing to go up against Mickey. Mickey beat me. Good. You can go get me some brotherly revenge. Matt's going to win, not by the 20 that he's projected to win by. He's only going to win by 9. Mark it down here first. You heard it. Matt by 9. That's happening. Matchup of the week. The guy that just relinquished the number 1 spot to the guy that is now the number 1 spot. Brian versus John. John versus Brian. John's number 1. Brian's number 2. John, you got great running backs just because you got Eckler, Chubb, and again, now you have Cordella Patterson, considering that I think you had mentioned that your team was like running back by committee, a bunch of mediocre running backs. Eckler and Chubb are not mediocre running backs. It's actually the matchup of the number 1 versus the number 2 running back in fantasy this year. Derrick Henry versus Austin Eckler. Eckler's got the edge this week because he's going up against Baltimore, and Henry's going up against Buffalo. This might be the week that, you're starting Teddy Bridgewater. That's just, I can't pick a team that starts Teddy Bridgewater. Therefore, by default, I'm not even going to break it down even more. Brian, you win. You got Mahomes. You got Henry. You're playing playoff Lenny this week. You've got Keenan Allen on your bench. You're starting Antonio Brown over Keenan Allen. Enough said there. You've still got Darrell Henderson on your bench. Send me a trade. Like, I'll take either one of those guys. I'll take Allen, Edmonds, or Henderson. Like, feel free. Send me a trade. I don't even know who you might want. I think Miles Sanders is sitting on my bench. If you possibly want him for some odd reason, feel free. Send me a trade. You don't need a backup quarterback. You've got freaking Pat Mahomes. But I can give you a better backup if you want. I got either Dak or Stafford. But yeah, we'll see. Foley's got some studs on his bench, and hopefully his starting lineup does enough to win. I'm going Brian in the matchup of the week based on 1 versus 2 matchup, and ESPN has it by 12. That's kind of the number I had in my head, but I'll change it. I'll go by 11. It's my lucky number. Sticks, number 11. Sure, let's do it. Peace, folks. I don't remember if I was going to say anything else about the league. Nah, I'm good. Toodles.